got there, Paul?
Well, April, I am learning all about the key indicators of PLC.
Oh my gosh, how fascinating.
It is. I can't believe I haven't pulled this piece of paper I got on the first day of school out ever.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't look at it every single day.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, which ones are you just
Well,
looking at?
I went to your training on
it
developing common formative
great.
assessments.
Yeah.
So we've been doing a lot of common formative assessment stuff. But on that next one, how do we use those common formative assessments to deliberately plan our instruction?
So
I've just been throwing stuff against the wall and seeing if it sticks. Is that not right?
No willy-nilly.
Oh.
Okay. So you've been working on... Oh, that's not working. Nope.
Down.
Okay, well, we've been working on develop common formative assessments. We've been doing a lot of that.
A lot of it.
And then we've been working with our grade level team to determine mastery and scoring. And we are administering them, and it's great.
Awesome.
But now, how do we plan core academic instruction with differentiation? It's a lot to that, isn't it?
I don't know. You're the one on the PLC team.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of these assessments, is so you can plan good core instruction.
Oh, good.
And you know what? It also ties in with our USIP, so isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, lucky for you.
I sip, you sip, we all sip.
Sure. Lucky for you, we have this sheet called Common Assessment Team Protocol.
Nothing better than good protocol.
No, I love following good protocol. So when we look through this can really help us dig through our data, and we can figure out how can we embed these skills into our lessons to best meet our students' needs. Because with 30 kids in a classroom, they're not all at the same level, and we can use those assessments to help plan instruction. Are you ready for the first question?
I'm ready.
All right. Do you want to read it?
Sure. What specific students did not demonstrate mastery on which specific standards?
So what does that mean to you?
Well, that means when we have our lovely graph that you make
Yep.
every week, we can look and see which students are not hitting our specific questions. And because we tie all our specific questions to specific standards,
Yep.
we know which standards they're not being good with.
So as a teacher, Paul, how would you go about making sure they're going to get those standards? How can you embed that into your core academic instruction? Any ideas?
I'm lost. Teach me.
So one thing you might do is during small group reading in math is you could pull a small group over and just practice subtraction on whiteboards if that's the skill they're lacking. 10, 15 minutes a day.
That's it?
Yeah.
What a small chunk of time.
I know. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it?
That's really easy.
Okay. Let's go to number 2, shall we? Which instructional practices proved to be the most effective?
Well, we're going to look at the standards that kids seem to be getting over and over, and we'll know, okay, let's look at what we did for this unit that the kids are really picking up on, and on the ones where they're all red and yellow, what didn't we do for them there?
Sounds like a great practice of a reflective teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to score me high on that when you do my evaluation.
Oh, I guess so. All right, number 3. What patterns can we identify from the student mistakes?
Well, and that's why we put it in a graph form, so
Yep.
that we can easily see patterns.
Yep, and then that's why we look at them together and with our teammate as well, and we can see, okay, if a bunch of kids are doing this, what did we not do in our instructional practice that we need to get better on if a lot of kids are making the same mistakes over? Number 4.
How can we improve this assessment?
Our assessments are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we're going to work on putting higher level DOK questions on there just to get those higher level thinking questions in. But other than that, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 5, what interventions are needed to provide failed students additional time and support? I think a big thing to remember here is that an intervention can happen in the classroom. An intervention is not remediation. Intervention can happen in the classroom every day. It could happen for a couple days. It could happen for a couple weeks.
And if you're pulling a small group based on your first question there, then that would be a great time to implement a different intervention.
Well, that's an intervention, isn't it?
Exactly.
Pulling a small group, that's
Yeah.
exactly an intervention. Perfect. Number 6, I think this one is really tricky for a lot of people. We tend to focus on our lower kids a lot, but number 6 says, how will we extend learning for students who have mastered the standards? We seem to think, hey, they've got it, awesome, they can go do something fun, they can go do math games, they can go do, I don't know, help other people. But is that really helping them?
Is it?
Well,
It might, but it probably could. They probably could use some different extension.
yeah, so Paul had a great idea. Yay, Paul. we have a couple of kids who've mastered double digit by double digit multiplication. So his idea was,
we make math videos for the our higher group, our kids who have mastered that, to during whole group instruction time go and watch the math videos and extend their own learning through our own curriculum.
yep, so we're working on those. So now we know, how can we plan academic instruction with differentiation? Using our lovely protocol to plan our conversation.
Conversation.
Well, thanks, Paul.
You're welcome, April.
What a great time we had.
Happy birthday!